Hey man, what's up, man? It's your boy DJ Funky.
Yo, this is your boy DJ Big X.
This is OG Talk, man. At the Partments, man. My boy Parlay.
Hey, Parlay, meet me at the apartment.
Yo, you already know this your boy Parlay live from the Partments. And when the Partment with Parlay, meet me in the Partments. Listen, I love my city, ATL. Only thing I love more than Atlanta is the west side of Atlanta. Shout out to Bankhead. Long live Swall, long live Shot Low, rest easy buddy, a.k.a. We Fly. Now listen, the city of Atlanta is iconic on a lot of levels. And one of the most popular things that we known for is our nightlife. Club, strip club, the party scene, how everybody party, have fun, how many clubs, how late we used to be able to stay out. You know what I'm saying? And that culture wasn't just built by the people. That culture was built by the DJs. The DJs was the ones in these clubs playing these songs. The DJs was the ones who was taking these records and breaking these records and spinning these records. So all of these unknown artists from Atlanta, that's how they end up becoming popular, because DJs was playing it. Person asked me a long time ago, Parlay, how do you feel about the DJs with all the screaming and stuff going on? And I was just like, no matter how much streaming going on, bro, the DJs are always going to be the most important to the industry, because these records can't spin themselves. And if you ain't never been a DJ or known no DJ, it's an art in spinning records. It's an art in what songs to play, how to play them, what songs to speed up. This shit is an art. This ain't no shit you just, that's why you think everybody can't play music in a car. You got that one homeboy, don't touch the radio. No, you can't play nothing. Can I play? No, you can't play shit. Hell no. Because it's an art and everybody ain't got an ear for that. You know what I'm saying? And my next guests are some people that have been a pivotal key in the DJ scene for the past over 20 years. Now, if you think about what I'm saying, hip hop has only been 50 years now, 50 years of hip hop. It really been really up and running, popular for like 40 for real. Atlanta been popping for real at least 25 years. And these guys are the ones who was responsible for breaking a lot of these records. Now, when I say that, I'm gonna put it in perspective. Think about how many big artists that came out of Atlanta in the past 25 years. We talking Dungeon Family. That's Dre and 3000. We talking Tip. We talking Jeezy. We talking Gucci. We talking Future. We talking. All these people had to go through them. I done had a lot of experience with these people. Anytime I ever needed anything back when mixtape DJing was big, they was always there. In the event they had, they always showed me the major love. When they was doing mixtape circus, they showed me love. All my songs on their mixtapes. And now they got the biggest, I don't even want to say open mic, I'm gonna say artist showcase. They got the biggest artist showcase, especially in the South. I can't speak very well because I don't be in y'all niggas city and shit, so I can't speak for y'all city. But for this motherfucker around here in the South, goddamn it, these niggas got the biggest artist showcase around this motherfucker. Won't give up to motherfucker my dog, Funky and X, Coalition DJ.
Yeah, man. So I think it's
New Music Mondays.
it's new music showcase.
New music showcase. But I'm just putting just perspective is a lot of people who do, the reason I worded it like this because a lot of artists who go up there be artists that people have never really heard of.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And now in the form of how music is no more, we don't have open mic nights. Open mic night is just a night that people get a chance to go showcase their skills in.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like mentally, even though I know now it's very, very important how you word shit.
Right.
Cause you word one way, a nigga be like, yeah, no, I ain't goddamn, no, nigga, I ain't no new artist. I ain't no goddamn, I'm not. You see what I'm saying?
But a lot of artists are new artists, but we don't want to be caught as an open mic because we've been doing it so long. We seasoned. Like 2 Chainz say, we seasoned.
And we kind of don't call it like a showcase, because what we're doing, you're not actually showcasing your music for an audience. Your audience is a room full of DJs, and that room full of DJs are some of the top DJs in the city that you performing your music in front of, and then they're giving you real-time feedback on the music, which is unique in itself, because instead of trying to go to each one of those clubs and get your record actually played or see what they think about it, we actually put all those DJs in one room for you every Monday for the last 14 years.
And it's real hard to do business while you DJing when you trying to play Parlay record. Parlay got a section, Parlay popping, but this dude want his shit played right now. You know, it's kind of hard to do business at the club. I'd rather do the New Music Monday, hear the nigga, see what he got, give him the critique. So when he do come to the club, we do like we did with y'all. Y'all kind of already had y'all shit together. I think I did your first video, man. We rock. Remember that shit?
Show down did.
It's on YouTube still.
Show down did.
And we got Shotty Low in the video and everything.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Nigga, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I got motherfucking X on the podcast. Oh shit, what y'all above for that, man? We got X on the podcast. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. For a long time, right? I always heard of X, right? And I used to see him all the time. But I'm gonna tell you, if you don't fucking know who he is, you're gonna walk by him 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't never seen this man talk on the microphone. I ain't never seen this man get no shout out. I ain't never seen this man do no drop. I ain't never seen this man on no nigga mixtape cover. And y'all know the DJs about 5-10 years ago wasn't gonna do a nigga mixtape without their face being on that bitch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He did an album though.
He did an album. He put his face on it.
Yep. But see, before I started DJing, I was a producer. So when I came back DJing, I was a DJ as a kid. Like coming up, I DJed at Sharon Showcase. Then I stopped DJing. Then I became a producer, and then I started working at the label. And then that's when I kind of started learning the business side of the music business. So when I came back into the business, I was like, yo, the money is in the DJs. The money ain't in producing. I'm like, I probably can make more money with the DJs than I'm making producing. You know what I'm saying? So, and I seen how, from a business aspect, how labels and different people were utilizing the DJs. So I took that knowledge, and I remember after I left, I was going, I don't know what I'm gonna do, Funky. I mean, being Funky, we had started like a video company. Remember we had
I was carrying this nigga crate. Let's keep it 1,000. I was a fucking bartending, and
I heard you started off as a bartender.
Yeah.
They said you was a fire-ass bartender.
Yeah, I was at
that's how we
559,
met.
321.
Listen, when I was popping, I was producing. I was doing like everybody. I started out with Dallas.
He
Austin,
knew everybody.
So
So I
knew
said, I'm
everybody.
carrying that crate so I can get to these parties.
But every time I went to the club, he was always like, yo, man, fuck with me. And I'm like, nigga,
Keep
you
it
the
real.
bartender. I ain't fucking with you.
Yeah, I was just bartending. I wasn't nobody yet.
And he said, well, shoot, nigga, give me your number. And the nigga always had weed. And I called a nigga one day, and I was like, yo, shit, you got some of that weed you be having at the
OG
club.
back then.
So-
But see, I was at the fucking ghetto club, 321, the 559,
Yeah.
the Club Illusion, with Mook B was on the motherfucking mic hosting and shit. I was in the gutter spot.
hood.
So yeah. So that's how I ran into this nigga. This nigga, he was a DJ too.
What kind of drink these niggas be making, X?
Who, him?
Yeah.
Back then, what was I drinking? Like
You were
Long
just
Island?
drinking straight liquor,
I
but
was drinking straight liquor,
I
but
could
what he
make
was doing,
anything.
but this is what he would do though. He would give you a little bit more. Like if he a shot would be an extra shot, it would be a double.
Everybody in the city.
So just
He
imagine.
giving folk liquor away.
So just listen, man. If you was a celebrity and you went to the club and you knew he was gonna be bartending, you didn't want to see nobody before.
Now you know what? I didn't give away shit. I kept it. You know what? That's when I really learned how to count.
Go ahead, come on, put us on game, Funky. This is old with to the game. Give us the game what you were doing back
niggas,
then.
man. You fucking with street niggas. You gotta make sure that shit right. For one, you want to stay alive, nigga. Cause I had a couple fights in that motherfucker too. Now with niggas throwing shit at you, and you had to fight back.
What happened? Give me one.
No,
Give me one. What happened? Give me the scenario. You ain't gotta say the people, but just give me what happened.
We ain't gotta say the people, but just know I beat their ass. It was
Okay,
like,
so what happened? You was in the club.
It was
You
in the
pulled them a
club.
shot. They said, "No, I don't want this shit."
I'm behind the bar, nigga. I'm pouring liquor like I always do. Some new niggas wanted they drink right then, so they touched me. You can't touch me.
Yeah.
So I snapped.
What you do?
And then
Fuck,
his
nigga.
whole crew threw I give it about 3 niggas, man. Nigga threw an ashtray at me, caught the ashtray. It's like some movie shit. Threw the ashtray back at. I think I split the nigga head straight up. I remember that day, but you know, I don't.
That's
I'm not-
old
I'm-
funky.
That's violence.
That's the
I
past.
I ain't on this shit to talk about no violence, but that shit really happened. That's
Yeah,
one of them
it's
stories.
just past. That's the past.
But
The past, bro.
that led to me DJing as well. You know what I'm saying? So I think Triple J was DJing at the time.
How long you carried X for crates before you got a chance to start DJing?
Shit.
He was bartending there like
That
JT
nigga
for a
was
long
doing
time.
he was a backpacker. He was doing like all the hip hop shit. Him and drummer. They were doing the New York shit. Like when I was doing So Def Radio with Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri was doing all the New York shit. You know what I'm saying? I was bringing the pick of the week every week.
Listen,
you know,
I heard-
all the hard shit. You know, I was bringing y'all niggas up to the radio
Because this is
station.
what I heard you say.
So
I
Def
heard you
Radio.
say
Remember
this
that
the
shit?
other- I heard you say this on the on that Peachtree TV documentary. You was like, Atlanta niggas we never mimicked nobody. We never did that shit. But when I grew up, we mimicked New York because back then you couldn't even be accepted if your shit went from New York.
Yeah, that was before my time.
See, every nigga
Outkast had them. They had them carry the bulk of that shit before I got
Yeah,
there.
so by the time y'all niggas came, it was like Atlanta really had movement, so you couldn't look back and go, Atlanta, what Atlanta used to be. It's like, nigga,
Yeah.
we ain't never mimicked because Atlanta had a sound at that point. But then when we was coming up, you know, shit, we was looking up to Run DMC, Houdini, and all these niggas that was coming out of New
I
York
remember they was
because the
coming to the
sound.
hood.
Yeah, 'cause all them niggas was coming down here at the time because back then
Ron
rappers was
DMC,
really
all them
superstars.
niggas.
You know
Jam
what I'm
Master
saying?
Jay with DJ in that club Mirage, nigga.
But the first New York nigga came down here. They came down here and just moved around. Y'all like, but this nigga real ass nigga right here.
I know
then.
Professor Griff was like doing security at all the
Wow.
at
He
like
was
321. Yeah, that nigga knew that
Professor
shit.
Griff,
boy.
Professor Griff was like the first nigga who really embraced the whole Atlanta shit. A lot of people don't even know that. I remember being
So
on,
he been around down here like
yeah,
that.
man. Listen, I remember
Wow.
being on tour with Kids Rock. This is when I had Kids Rock signed in the '90s, and Professor Griff would be on tour with us. This was when we was out doing booty shake tours. Like when we would go do, it would be like me.
He was militant.
Kids
He had-
Rock. What's my man Yin Yang when he was down
D-Rock.
in D-Rock. You know what I'm saying?
Bankhead bounce.
Bankhead bounce days, but and shit, Professor Griff was on some of them tours with us. He was on some of them dates with us.
Just like you see in the video, the Public Enemy, when he had the military nigga, he knew all that shit. Like
And he been around Atlanta for a while, but like what
martial arts and all that shit. So
But the first up north cat I know that came down here was like that I was really like moving around with that was cool was Eric Sermon. Like when he went through the whole EPMD shit and he first moved down here, he came and settled here. Like and then when Buster went through his shit with Leaders of the New School, he was in Atlanta too. So this is when the changing of the guards was kind of happening. Like Outkast hadn't really popped yet, you know what I'm saying? So we was still like, when you listen to Outkast now, even when you listen to it, it's like a mixture of some real funky shit with dope ass beats.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it had that New York influence, but it had that Southern funk to it. You know what I'm saying? And after that happened, it kind of bridged that gap for everybody to come after that and do whatever the fuck they wanted to
I ain't
do.
gonna lie, nigga. I met De La Soul at this nigga house. He was recording out of his house, so he did a whole album with the De La Soul with Tommy Boy Records. That's how he got Kizzy Rock to sign with Tommy Boy Records. He was already fucking with De La Soul. I brought Kizzy Rock to that nigga.
Hold on.
So was at who house? I'm sorry.
Hold on. Time out. How the fuck did De La Soul get to your house?
Because during that time, I was producer. Like I told you, I was producing. So I had already did a remix for Ego Tripping. And I was asked to be a part of the album, that the Stakes is High album. And that summer while we was working on the album, dude came down with his girl and his daughter. And they spent like a few days with me during that time. We worked and listened to some beats and we were just having fun. And that was like my introduction. Like I was probably one of the only niggas during that time really to be from Atlanta that worked on some real New York hip hop shit. You get what I'm saying?
I don't mean to say it like this, but I always like to put shit in perspective for people watching, cause the demographics and the age group is so different. What year was this?
This had to be like 95, 94, 95.
What other producers? Okay, so this is when did bass music really start to get really popping down here? Like what
That
year
shit
was
was
that?
popping one.
Well, to
shit.
go back, bass music was always popping.
I was about like
the Fresh
globally, like
Party.
when it.
Remember the Fresh Party back in the day?
Yeah, no, nigga.
On
I'm following
V103?
y'all.
when it really, well, I'm gonna tell you when it really started popping.
That was a
Don't laugh
V103.
at me, politician. Hold on.
When it really started popping was when like Whoop Daddy, 69 Boys, and what's my man, DC. When they
Taz.
tag team.
Taz.
When they did tag team, no, when tag team had the Whoop Daddy is.
Okay.
Whoop Daddy is 69 Boys. Them was like the two biggest commercial records at the time. Atlanta had always had a scene. You had Right Here in the Dream, you had all this shit. But those records really took the bass scene to a whole nother level.
And then
So-
Jermaine Dupri did his thing with,
Bass All-Star.
Bass
that came
All-Star.
afterwards, and the reason why that came was after the success of that, and then after you had Whoop That Is, that's how I got Kizzy signed to Tommy Boy. Because when I was doing De La Soul, I was at Tommy Boy, and they was like, "Yo, we want to do some bass music, like the Whoop That Is stuff." And I said, "Man, I can go back to Atlanta and find a cat that can do that too." That's how he brought me Kizzy Rock.
Yeah.
Funky was the one who brought me Kizzy.
Okay, boom. So, okay. So Funky brought you meet Funky, bartending.
Right.
321,
No, 559.
559. Boom.
Sandcastle.
Sandcastle. It was
Sandcastle.
Sandcastle. Yeah, it was
That was at
Sandcastle.
So that used to be called Sandcastle for
No,
559.
No, Sandcastle was in
Sandcastle
Decatur
on the east
cover-
side.
on the
See,
east
I
side.
don't-
It was a
see, I
Jamaican club.
Yeah, I got to pull me in because I told you I'm a
And
youngin'.
I used to do my Monday nights. I had the little showcase back then. It was called Funky Monday Nights. I think that's what it was
Yeah.
called. And Outkast, everybody used to come get in my showcase. And I met X there. He brought Too Short and everybody. I got a relationship with Too Short through X.
Okay,
I
so
met the
Ben, you
Dog
met him
Town,
through X.
everybody.
He meet goddamn.
Everybody through this
Who you
nigga.
just talking about? You just met through him. Who you brought you?
Rock.
Kizzy Rock. He brought
Right.
you Kizzy
Kids
Rock.
Rock, I was doing the Sunset on the east side. Man, Kids Rock was already cool, you know what I'm saying? So we was doing all the hood clubs because I was bartending. He was DJing everywhere. You feel me? So,
Was you DJing the time you brought him Kizzy?
No.
nah, I was doing mixtapes.
I ain't even know he DJ'd.
I was DJing at Sandcastle. Yeah, I was DJing before I met Kizzy and all them.
But then everybody just you was
But
DJ at the same
DJ
castle.
Nitro and DJ
But you-
Nabs taught me kind of how to DJ. I was on the mic and everything when I met this
So
nigga.
basically
I
you-
was DJing
You was
and
a host,
hosting.
like you was MC.
MC hosting, doing all that shit at Sandcastle.
Yeah, hold on,
Before I
Funky.
met-
Hold on, god damn, Funky. This nigga is a
I was
this nigga is
bartending
a
and
top tier
hosting.
bartender,
Yeah.
a fucking host, a motherfucking MC,
Yeah.
a nigga, a mixtape DJ before it was mixtapes,
Yep.
nigga.
Yep, I was
And
doing.
you
I was
spinning a
doing
little
all
bit.
the mixtapes because I had a store with my business partner Bernard. Remember Bernard? So we had a store on
Who's
County
Bernard?
Road.
Bernard had Bernard Records.
They had DJ Lynn and all them.
You remember Bernard Records on 2nd Avenue?
No, bro.
For the
Anyway.
logo. Oh yeah, you might. You in
I
front
keep
of East
telling
Side.
y'all, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Nah,
anyway,
I
I had-
am,
I
but
had
I
a-
don't know that.
I had to
Okay.
put out tapes like Jelly. I had to put out 10 tapes a week, R&B mix with all the mixes. So I was the nigga that Jermaine Dupri started taking my tapes and putting them on the radio. So I called up to the station. I said, "Bro, you playing? I just did this shit with Gip at my house." And he playing the freestyle on the radio. That's how I got on So Def Radio.
This shit is interesting. Okay, so
That's some stories.
X, what made you start becoming a producer? What made you want to say I want to be a producer? Was it him actually? Was it any other producers at the time?
Well,
I mean, here,
well,
like, did you be influenced by?
I'm gonna tell you what happened. I was a DJ. Like I told you, I had DJ for a long time, and I had actually I was in a group called the Seventh Chapter, and we supposedly came out after Success and Effect. So when Success and Effect was doing Roll Up My Nigga, we was the group that was supposed to come out after Success and Effect, because I was dealing with their manager called John Battle. So during that time, I was making the beats. I was trying to, I was making, the little mixes, and we hadn't really got in the studio yet. So we was making at-home mixtapes for real. I would do the blends on the turntable. My nigga would rap over the mic, and that was our demo tape. So
Y'all recorded it?
we recorded at the house. So during that time, I thought we was gonna get on. So this like 89, 90. So that shit never happened. So I ended up going in the military. So while I was in the military, I met this guy from New York, and I seen he had some equipment at the house. I had turntables, but I seen he was making beats for rappers with this keyboard. So when I seen the keyboard, I was like, shit, I got them same records. I can do the same thing he doing. So he kind of taught me, and I kind of learned how to make beats from him. And then once I did that, and I got kind of kicked out of the military.
Hold on. How the fuck you get kinda kicked out the military?
I ain't kind of get kicked out. I just, I had an injury. So once I got injured, in the military, they kind of like, I had a back injury, so at that point they was like, hey,
Don't
you
tell
might
them
as well
too
go
much.
home. You know what I mean?
Come
So
get your ass.
I got medically discharged out of the military. Then I came home.
Okay.
And once I came home, I knew how to make beats. And when I made beats, I met Dallas Austin's brother. And that night I met Dallas Austin's brother.
what was
I
his name?
met Dallas
Clyde?
Austin the next night.
Clyde Austin.
And from that night, after I met Dallas Austin, I've been in the music business ever since. And that's been like ever since like, I want to say 90, 91, something like that.
Was he writing back then? What was Dallas doing back then?
He was just starting like the ABC project.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I met him.
Talk to a funky.
He was in a band called Glasswork.
He wasn't in Glasswork. He was the light man.
Oh, he was a light man. Okay.
But I think he put that group together. He was the
But
producer
then he
for
had
Glasswork.
another group with Chip.
That was Glasswork. It was the same group.
Oh,
He
that-
wasn't never in that group. Boo Boo and
okay.
Chip was in it. Chip was in that group. Boo Boo was
I got
never
y'all
in that
niggas
group.
going back, boy.
Yeah, but Dallas
Did you know
was
he
in the
did the
group.
Hard Boys at that time?
The Hard Boys too?
Yeah, he produced the Hard Boys.
Why you stop producing?
Wasn't no money in it no more.
So ain't no money producing no more.
Not how we used to get paid. You got to think, we used to get money before we got to the studio. Like you wouldn't
You
even
remember
make
that nigga had that Jeep and all that shit? In the
So back then, bitch, hey, I want
That nigga
5,000. You
ballin'.
gotta pay me my 5,000 before I even get to
5,000. I used to get 5,000. Sometimes I got 10. Sometimes I got 20. I would get that before I even got to the studio. That was the front end.
I seen some 50s.
Like I did, like just take for instance, when I did like one of the biggest records I did. Like I honestly say I got paid for as a producer when I did Black Street with Teddy Riley. I got 20.
You did Black Street?
Yeah.
Hold the fuck on, man. God damn it. Hold on.
TLC.
Hold on. You did Black Street?
Yeah.
The original Run Shaker?
Yeah. I was on. I
Dun,
did.
dun, dun, dun.
I was
Good
on the-
Lord, it gets down.
I was on the. I was on the. What's that? The No Diggity album.
Wow.
Yeah, that album did like 8 million, so I did that.
So how much you got you up front to go do
Shit,
that?
I'm still owed money on that. I ain't gonna talk about it.
Really?
Yeah, so
Gotta get your money back.
yeah, but that was a learning experience. I
I
actually
need
got
1%.
shit. I got a chance to work with Teddy though. You know what I'm saying? That was a learning experience in itself. Like it was funny to actually listen to them guys all your life, and then you actually get a chance to work with them. So I actually got a chance to work with him, and after working with him, it changed me as a producer. That's when I started learning the value of what a producer was. See, a lot of cats out here now, they really beat makers. See, when you actually
Talk to him. Hold up. Slow it down. Hold on. It's,
For real.
these niggas not producers. They what?
they beat makers.
They beat makers.
Like if I send you a beat and you actually record the beat, you actually go home and you make the melody, you record it, you do all that, you actually produce that beat.
Yeah.
He just made it. You produced it.
I'm big on that shit. I been in studio with a nigga. I tell nigga put that dun, 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 dun. But I need producer credit.
So just take for instance, like I'll give you an example. George Clinton, and he was when I worked with George, he taught me a big thing about being a producer too.
Hold on, god damn, you work with George, De La Soul, George, goddamn TLC,
The Hard
Teddy
Boys,
Riley,
the
Hard Boys.
Kids Rock.
Kizzy Rock.
Yeah, I've been around for a while, man. I'm an old veteran.
I was carrying the crate. I was like introducing myself to these niggas as we go.
You was smart, nigga. That what
I
you
just
was.
seen
You was smart.
Sierra. Who was it? Monica used to carry my son at the studio. Slice 9. They ended up having a record with Future when he got older. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of history, man.
Yeah,
in
we've been
Atlanta,
together
man.
for, I want to say shit, about 40 years, 30, 40.
What made y'all say, okay, right now, let's start Coalition DJs?
What made me start it was I had been around Funky for a long
I
time.
was already doing crew. I was doing Legion of Doom.
Yeah, see.
I was doing
Yeah, you was moved around.
shit with Kids Rock. We did the Mafioso DJs.
See, he had already been a part of crews. So when
So he had the idea.
they had already been a part of crews, and the people that was running those
he was
crews,
doing the label shit.
I was doing the label shit. So when I finished doing the label shit, and I said, damn, man, I
changed his
just got to
name.
find something else to do. I said, I got to find something else to do. So when I started DJing back in the club, I went and worked with Nando one night, and I actually seen how Nando was working his thing. And then when I seen how many artists was coming to see Nando back and forth, I'm going, shit, they just in here getting their record played for the night. They gonna come back tomorrow. They gotta come back the next week after that and get their record played. So I went home that night and I thought about that shit. I called Funky on the phone. This is the honest to God truth. You're gonna get the real truth tonight. I called Funky on the phone. I said, man, I want to start Coalition DJs. I said, they didn't even say Coalition. I said, I want to start another DJ crew. But I said, I think I need to get you, X-Rated, and Nando together. He said, I'm cool with it, But shit, I don't really think we need to do a DJ crew. So I fought with them niggas for a few weeks, and then he tried to get X-Rated to come be a part of it. They were still on the, nah, I don't want to be a part of no DJ crew. I ain't fucking with that shit. So then I said, give me 6 months. If y'all niggas don't, if I don't change what y'all think about the DJ crew shit
I
in
was
6
doing the
months,
Mafia for
because he was already in a DJ crew.
Yeah,
so I said, give me 6 months. I said, in 6 months, I'm gonna make some shit shake. Because what I had seen from being in the club with Nando was how these artists was bringing records every night, but nobody had a real system as far as how these records was being played on a consistent basis in the club. Like when a record was popping, it would pop just because maybe the record got big and with the radio. It never was. When I started seeing like the PDs was coming to the club, the A&Rs, the record, all the record people were coming to the club, and they was going to see what he was playing, or they was going to see what Nando was playing, or they was going to see what X-Rated was playing. I genuinely just came. I called him that night and was like, "Yo, let's put a DJ crew together." After we put that crew together, we started seeing like everybody started coming in. Everybody wanted to be a part of it. Everybody started seeing the value of having a record played in the club on a consistent basis. You know
Around what
I'm
year
saying?
was this? 'Cause I want to, like I said, I like to
This
put
like
stuff.
2007, 2008.
Okay.
So like I want to say like
This shit wide the fuck open now.
yeah, but like
Down here, I'm just saying like the music industry with Atlanta, this shit is wide open around 2007.
yeah. Around this time, it's it's a lot of shit happening, and there's a lot of artists. Like I always, and I talk about this now. When you talk about 2008 up until
that's
now,
when Future
you
first
talk about
started.
the cream of the crop. You talk about Future. We're gonna go from Future to Migos to Jeezy was popping, Gucci was popping. Shit, y'all was coming off some hits. You know what I'm saying? You had Jug Man who had hits during this time. You had Young Jock who was still around. You had Gorilla Zoe who was still around. So doing all
And
this
I was
time,
doing Crucial too. That's how I met him. I was not met him, but I was doing Crucial with Clay. We were doing an open mic there as well. Remember that shit?
Shit, I don't know. Before then, funky shit.
And I'm saying just over
Nah,
the
it
years.
was. It probably. Nah, it was when Crucial. Cause Crucial was
Yeah,
open right
man, it
before
was right
before
around
Born
that
Home got
time.
closed.
It was around all that time, the same
Yeah.
time I
Then when
got.
y'all came to the hood, you ain't hearing what?
Damn
Born
right.
Home with them cameras.
You fucking right. I got that footage too.
So when you think about that shit, man, like during that time, Nando was so big in the club, like my nigga. Like I can't even lie to you. I done seen a lot of DJs, but once I seen him do what he was doing in the club, it changed my mind and my focus as far as what I really wanted out of the DJ shit. I started seeing a need for what artists really need coming from the label side. Like when we was at labels,
Chris Ease and Nando too.
yeah, like when I learned it from the label side, I'm going like, damn, I always thought a hit record was a record that it just popped cause niggas liked it. I didn't know niggas was putting a budget behind a record, really spending money with promoters and had street promoters and all this shit was going into what really made a hit record. Once I learned that side of the business, I took that mind frame and that structure of business and applied it to the Coalition DJs. So now what we was doing on the corporate side as far as what would have been done if we was a Warner Brothers or Epic Records, I took that same philosophy and added it to the street side. I went and got all the street guys from Funky to X-Rated to Boo to Black Bill Gates to everybody that was
Shawty
really
Rock.
popping.
But y'all
Shawty
went and got
Rock.
every goddamn body.
And then
Right.
you can't forget Club Rooster, so a lot of that shit was going on around
Rooster was the
Roosters,
spot.
Kamal.
That was our headquarters.
You
Like
know.
at first, like, and that's
Rooster
what we
was the spot.
and that's what we was doing. We was taking the club and making it our headquarters. So during that time when we started it, I was working at, I always say anywhere somebody was working more than 1 or 2 nights.
I was
made
always
that.
at Strokers, but Jack
But he would come
T,
over. He would come over there on Sunday and work with us. And then you had Nando who would come over there. Then me and X-Rated was already working there as DJs on that Sunday night. So now you got all 4 of us in the building on a Sunday. Shit was star-studded. Like who wasn't coming to Roosters?
That bit was lit.
It was lit.
You
Yeah,
see
we
what
had
I'm
some
saying?
time there. Maybe Funky said he won't go there, but I ain't gonna take my boy away. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That motherfucker was iconic.
Oh
it
yeah.
was like
So
that.
and you got to think it was about big as a bedroom. You know what I'm saying? So it was a dope spot to be in. You know what I mean? Then we graduated from there, and then we moved to platinum. And then once we got to platinum, because once Nando took me to platinum, we had Kamal that was over there, and Kamal was one of the first guys to give us as promoters, this is what a lot of people don't know. I was one of the first guys in Atlanta to ever get the strip club as a promoter to get the door at a strip club, and I got that through CC at Jazzy T's. That was the first club that let anybody have a door in Atlanta was Jazzy T's. And then we went and got Magic City, which was during the time when Magic lost their liquor license, and that's what started the whole being able to get the door and being a promoter in the strip club. Before that, nobody didn't have a reason. Atlanta was so popping on the strip club level, you didn't have a reason to have nobody you couldn't even get a door. There ain't no such thing as having a door. Only reason why promoters even happened in the strip club during that time was because a lot of those clubs was losing their liquor license for, they might let underage nigga in the club or serve the underage person. So those clubs were trying to generate revenue. So to generate revenue, shit, they brought in people who they thought could bring in a crowd without having liquor. And that's how the whole strip promoter shit started. And that started during that whole time from 2000, I want to say like 2001 to about like 2008. And that was like right before we started Coalition. And then when we started Coalition, that's when we really started promoting artists. That's when we started unlearning the value, because from 2001 to about 2008, just think about how many people came through that whole corridor and didn't pay no homage to the DJ at all and became millionaires.
Nah, for sure.
You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
You got to think for a minute from 2001 to about 2008, I really say from the 90s up until that point, you really never gave it, the DJ did so much for the artists that nobody ever came back and gave acknowledgement to the DJ for anything.
Right about that.
And then you can go back and look at some of our anniversaries and see Lil Baby on stage and some of the artists that we kind of groomed into success, you know what I mean? From Future to,
Give me some big artists, some big records y'all done broke.
I want to talk about some of the records we put out ourselves. Like, did you know we put out Certified with T.I.?
No.
Y'all should pull that up. That's a dope video.
We did a record with Certified, but we broke a lot of people, like from Future to the Migos. Like, I could tell you a story like with me and Coach. Me and Coach was real good friends. When Coach brought Migos, they only had Bando. That was like their record. That was Trapping Out the Bando. And they came in the room and they really didn't know what they wanted. What was the next record? What was gonna be their next thing? And I remember one night we thought we was going with Bando. Bando was supposed to be in the record. And Coach called me one day and was like, "Nigga, we got it. I want you to hear it, nigga."
Yep.
And he gave us Versace. This was before Drake.
Yep.
Wasn't no Drake on this record. I liked the record because the shit was jamming, but I thought it was funny because the niggas kept saying Versace. Like, them niggas say Versace about 100 times.
Versace.
And they stopped and started saying the shit again before they even started rapping. So I thought the shit was funny, but I kept playing it in the clubs and the girls kept coming to the fucking DJ booth requesting this shit. And we called Coach back. We called Coach back like, "Nigga, this the one. This the one right here. This shit right here gonna pop." And that motherfucker took off. Next thing we know, after Drake got on it, I promise you, we ain't seen them niggas since.
Another record, Cash Out. We got that one.
That was our first one. That was the first one.
That all the way to #1 in the country.
Cashing out.
He always shouted us out the whole time. I can't free Cash Out. He did do a lot of promotion for the Coalition DJ.
He was fresh out of that group with Thug.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, he was. And that was like one of the records. Tell you a story about that, even with him.
That's
when
crazy.
When Cash Out, when we first got Cash Out, he was coming off those records. We actually had a record from him and Thug at the time.
And it wasn't the one.
It wasn't the one. And that's how we started New Music Monday. We all met. We all met
Real
at what
shit.
is the old lady
Thug,
game.
remember Thug sounded like Lil Wayne.
Yeah. So we all met at what is now the old lady game. I still got the pictures up on the page. It was me, Nando, Funky, Nick, and X-Rated. We all met on a Monday. And we was supposed to be meeting D from Bases Loaded. We met D from Bases Loaded. He came in. First record he played was Cashing Out.
Yep.
Niggas was like, "That's it. We need to hear nothing else. That's it. That's the record." He said, "Nah, man, I got a couple more records I want y'all niggas to hear." Nando was like, "Nah, nigga, that's it. We ain't got to hear nothing else." But he forced us to listen to about 2 more records. And the records weren't it. So then when we went with Cashing Out, I promise you, that had to be 2000. That had to be like 2012. I want to say that had to be about 2012. That record went so fast, man. I promise you, I had a little incident that happened. By the time that spring came, that record was popping. I was looking at that. This when videos still mattered. This when videos, you could still put a video, and niggas was watching videos on MTV and BET.
Yeah.
That shit took off so fast, and then he was one of the only artists during that time to go, who broke you? Coalition DJs. Every interview he did, Coalition DJ, to a point to where he did it so much, it really brought a lot of attention to us, but it made a lot of artists be aware that, damn, I'm out here screaming Coalition, I'm screaming this one group of DJs, but I'm alienating all these other DJs that played a part. You see what I'm saying? So artists started to become aware of how they really, associate themselves with DJs. Yeah, they fuck with you, but I'm not gonna publicly go out and go, this DJ broke me, that DJ broke me, because when you do that, you start to alienate certain DJs.
Yeah, because they might have did a little something on this side of town. They got a
Right,
goddamn going.
and then if you didn't acknowledge them, he mad. Now you just lost him as a DJ on your next record. You see what I'm saying? So you have to, the artists started to really become aware of what they was doing when they started promoting records and how they promoted records and who they would give credit to and how they would give credit to them.
Yeah, unless a nigga broke your shit and Coalition broke it. Fuck how y'all nigga feel. Y'all started playing it after, but them niggas jumped this shit off.
But you remember, I was a cameraman back then, so I was filming like Big Bang Black. I was filming him when he first had to Try It Out record. He didn't even like Try It Out. Like, nigga, this finna be a fucking hit. I had to sell him.
Why you
like Try It Out?
I don't know, because
it went back. Because it went bank.
It was bank, and I had new bank, and I just didn't know him.
He's a street nigga.
Try It Out.
Like,
you a street nigga.
But you like, nigga, what the fuck?
But I said, this is gonna pop, nigga.
And he kept going, nigga, you got to play it. You got this
so
motherfucker right here.
I started following Black. I started following Black with the camera. All this shit on YouTube. So I got like maybe 9 episodes, duct tape. I put the duct tape logo on it. I was the one doing that shit. I end up seeing this young nigga named Meathead. End up being fucking Future. Stop playing, remember the record? Stop playing with me. I shot that video right there in the hood. So it's a couple more videos I shot that haven't been released, but that shit end up being a big record. And then after that, he started bringing us all the records.
That motherfucker come in the club like,
at Kamal here, start bringing us everything he could record. Play this, funk, boom. We start playing this shit. It was over with. Futures blew up out that goddamn club, man. I'm telling you.
I remember my dog used to be in the studio with us in the temp.
But he was smart.
Yeah, that nigga.
But everybody
that nigga was out
go,
every night.
Everybody always go like, what did Future do to blow up? He
was out every night.
He was out every night. We
playing the record.
We used to always tell artists, man, you got to do what Future do, man. Future be it. He go see the DJs.
He be in the studio every day.
He learned. People got to understand, Future is not no new nigga who just came around. This man was sitting in the studio with Goody Mob, Dre, Big Boy, all the producers.
The Dungeon family. He got it on his own.
This man, he was in the group to Connect. That's what I'm saying. He used to be around.
His cousin was Rico Ray.
Yeah, people don't even know he was on that album.
Yeah, this man done seen. And now another thing too, I like to tell niggas, he don't sound no different. He rapped the exact same way that he rapped back then.
Yeah,
he sound the same. I promise he do.
I think Tight, the Main Attraction, had a record with him called Dump That Dick. Remember that shit?
Dump That Dick. That shit was nigga Dump That Dick hard.
It's still a classic. That's still a classic to this day, right now.
That's the record we were playing. Notice Me and shit like that. You know, Lingo. You know, them the first records we were just playing all the time.
And then
the shit he did with Block 125, like all that shit.
We was on them early, like real early, and then when the song that really just caught was a Tony Montana record.
Yep, I took it to V103.
He took it to V103. Once he took it to V103,
I took it to Reggie, and that
shit just took off. After that, he been a household name ever since. You know what I'm saying?
These are all true stories, but we had our own radio station. When Rocco was bringing them to the station, what was this shit called? The station where he had?
That was Beehive. That wasn't. That was that Beehive?
When we did the BMF with the book, had the lady up there with the book.
That was Beehive. That was like one of the first internet stations. My man.
He had the first one.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
It wasn't even internet radio. It had no name.
Yeah,
you remember that shit?
He was just the only one doing it.
Yeah,
late night, but 10 o'clock, pull up on PI. 10 and 11, he interviewing everybody.
And we had our own show, and that was popping. You know what I'm saying? And then when he closed it down.
Shout out to my dog Beehive, man. That's my podcast mentor. Beehive, my podcast mentor.
But we had, we've been around here just trying to make shit happen for artists, man. One of the things that we've been fortunate to do is be a part of a lot of big records. You know what I'm saying? And then we was able to move what we created here and put it in other places. Like outside of just having Coalition in Atlanta, we have Coalition in Carolina, Detroit, Chicago, Philly, DC, Dallas, Houston. So we like in 17 major markets across the country. And what we do is the same thing we do here is go, try to find the talent, try to find new talent and new music.
Hell yeah.
Man, y'all niggas doing it. These DJ crews is dead.
And we still like in 16
R.I.P.
years.
Hey, listen, listen. I'm just being honest. You don't have DJ crews no more. It ain't DJ crews no more. It used to be every week. It was some niggas starting some
I ain't
no
gonna say
DJ
that.
crews.
I mean, maybe not in Atlanta.
That's why I can only speak on. Like I said, I don't be in everybody.
Well, shout out to
my.
shout out to my boys, Classic who runs Fleet DJ, and my other boy DJ Johnny who run Nerve DJ. You got Heavy Hitters. You got a few different organizations that's still around. We
Gotta
just been able to
mention
be
them,
impactful because we know so many people in different places. You know what I'm saying? Especially like now since we've been in the Midwest. Funky used to always tell me like, man, let's go out and do some shit in the Midwest because he's from Kansas City. Yeah. So being that I'm from Atlanta, I'm going like, nigga, what the fuck we going way out there? Ain't shit in the middle of America.
How the hell you get down here to Atlanta?
So my mom's from Alabama, so I've been down here my whole life. But she moved from Alabama to Kansas City when she was younger. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up in Kansas City, but I was coming here until I graduated. I just said I got to stay down this motherfucker. You know
when I met the nigga's name was KC.
It was '88. I came.
What the name was?
KC Red.
KC motherfucking Red. It's
I
done. KC Red.
And I was fucking washing glasses at Club Mirage and selling whatever I was selling. You know what I'm saying? I had to do what I had to do.
Wait, why you changed your name? What your name was?
I was in the Partments on fucking Glenwood.
Back then, my producer name was...
Talk, what's it go?
But my producer name was Spearhead X, but when I started back DJing, I just wanted to reinvent myself. I just wanted to have a fresh start, a new
Spearhead
start.
X?
Yeah.
Why you came up with that?
Because I always started the project. So I always spearhead the project. I always created. And that was my way of saying. Yep. And then when I first started producing, I would usually just go by X. So when I used to do it, everybody used to be like, "Oh, Dallas did that. Oh, Dallas produced that." Mm-hmm. So I said, "Shit, I gotta add something on the front of this shit so niggas will know it's me." You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, you talking about? I'm gonna put a tag on this motherfucker.
So I had to put a name on the front of it. So I was listening to I was listening to a Gil Scott Heron record one day. And the nigga was talking about the Watergate affairs and all that shit. And the nigga said, Spearhead X. I said, oh, that's my name right there. And from there, I just started going by that shit.
That's all right there.
But it was during that time, I remember during that time, like right before when we was creating like the ABC and the scene was just crazy, man. It was fresh, it was new. It was like, just imagine Atlanta when it was probably like maybe 5 producers in the whole city. Mm-hmm. You had Jermaine, you had me, you had Dallas, you had Joseph Cohen, you had Toomp, you had
at the same time, that crazy.
Who else? And it was only a handful of people that had equipment. You had DJ Lynn, you had Nabs had some equipment, but you only had a handful of people that was really making music during that time. I remember even when Mook B was, he was rapping. You know what I'm saying? Mook B been rapping since early '90s. You know what I'm saying? Like way before D4L. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Lil Mark.
I seen the whole city develop. Like even when we did the Hard Boys, I remember the Hard Boys was like something new and different for Atlanta. Niggas wasn't doing gangster music out here. So when we did that, we was emulating NWA.
So what?
Like that's why when people go, yeah, them niggas, we wanted to be a part of the culture at the same time. Niggas wasn't letting us in. So to let us in, we had to go and we had to do what everybody else was doing to get in. And once we got in, nigga, what we been ever since.
Yeah, we been on that motherfucker.
So
go.
You know what I mean? And that's why
that
I think
nigga did Jeezy first album when he was Lil J.
Well, I didn't do Jeezy first album. I knew Jeezy. I did him and his brother had a compilation. Him and his cousin had a compilation that was out on Ichiban, but he was going by Lil J then. And I've been knowing them niggas for years because like the niggas who put out the Hard Boys is Jeezy's cousin. You know what I'm saying? JoJo and Lil Dave. You know what I'm saying? JoJo is Jeezy's. I don't know if his uncle or his cousin, but they related. They related. They've been down for a long time. That's why I say the history, especially for Atlanta, man, this shit go back a long ways, man. Like I've been around this shit since the '80s, to be honest. You
This
know
nigga
what I mean?
had Billboard back then, bro. Like the Hard Boy. You remember the? I don't know. If
This
you
is
remember
like one
that
of the
shit.
first. Listen. The
Ghetto Mafia. They had billboards.
The Hard Boys had one, but see that was the shit. Because
Before
when you
BMF,
went to
Jermaine.
other cities, NWA would have a billboard in California. You go to New York, they had a rapper would have a billboard. So in Atlanta, shit, we wanted our own billboard. So all the dope boys like shit. When we get our rap group and we get our shit popping, we gonna put our dude up on the motherfucking up on the billboard. So during that time, man, that was the biggest shit in rap then, man, was just like having a billboard. Like I don't know what would be considered being, big time shit in the rap game now. I guess still having chains and exotic cars, but back then having a big
Times
ass
Square
like
now.
just imagine like this. Just imagine like this. Back then, that shit was going 20 west from the east side. Right there by Boulevard.
Right by Capitol Hall.
You know what I'm saying? So just imagine how big that shit is.
Yeah.
In the 90s, early
Shit
90s.
big now, nigga get a billboard. Let a nigga get a billboard right now. Bitches going on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Long Live Trouble. I seen his billboard.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that shit was big. Outside of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, that shit was crazy.
Long Live School.
It's still big.
But we live, but now, man, we're in a whole different era now. Like when you look at the music scene now from where it is now, this shit is stat driven. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Back then, you could have, like back when I came in the game, you could really have a record and blow the fuck up because everybody was on that motherfucker. Everybody liked it, and it was it was about the music. Now, this shit is like, if I was telling even when I went and sat down with one RPM, I said just think about the average artist that puts out a record, right? How do I find you? When I open up Spotify, I don't see your record. So how do I find you? I'm asking you that as an artist. How would I find you?
Ain't no way for to find unless you goddamn promote, sponsorship page, connecting, networking, pulling up on niggas, doing songs with niggas. That's it.
So featured or getting featured.
Yeah, same thing, like, networking.
So just imagine how valuable it is for an artist to pull up on a DJ who in the club, because the more these DJs influencers or whoever is putting your record out there, the more chances you stand of getting streams, you stand a chance of making money. But if you're not doing that and you just believe that you just got to put your record up online and you gonna just generate income, it's crazy.
Yeah, I know
That
that.
shit is just crazy.
Everybody wants to look
Experience.
at what happened with Lil Ray. Well, Lil Ray broke in a week, boy. I'm just finna put my song, but Lil Ray ain't been to the club. Everybody don't have that luxury. Everybody path is not gonna be the same path.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know niggas who was rapping back then when we was rapping, still right now trying to make a hit record. You know what I'm saying? I know people who was rapping back then that had no hit records, who was rapping. Now them niggas is some of the biggest artists up here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I remember Future doing songs and stuff.
Right.
I remember in the studio Dro saying he wanted to get on our first album. Like, I remember this shit. I remember these things. You know what I'm saying? You look at it now, them artists is popping. Everybody's path is different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think everybody take the internet because that's where everybody is now.
Right.
It ain't, nigga, it's not easy, goddamn. You want to go to the club Wednesday, you got to go Monday night, pull up on here. You got to go Tuesday night, pull up on here. You got to go Wednesday night, pull up on here. You got to go Thursday night, pull up on here. Friday night, you got to pull up for the Saturday, you got to pull up in here. Right. You might not do that on Sunday.
Right.
Then all them days, you're going to have to hit some type of different form.
You got to work.
I'm glad you said that.
So now check it for an artist. All right? For an artist. You got to have a new outfit on Monday. You got to have a new outfit on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And the outfits that you have, you can't wear them motherfuckers no more, or you gonna feel some type of way. You see what I'm saying?
Huh?
You can't wear the same.
Bro, come on.
Listen, I'm telling you this. I'm telling you as an artist.
I'm listening.
All right? So I'm telling you as an artist. Then when you go, not just that, you got to put on the image of, nigga, we everywhere deep. So now you got to take your niggas with you.
Right.
All right, but
Everything on
now,
Instagram.
so now what if your niggas that you got with you, shit, y'all some deep, but four of them niggas ain't really got no money. So get what you got to do. You got to pay for these niggas get in the club.
Damn right.
All right? Then you're gonna got to drink, so you're gonna buy the bottle. You got to smoke, so you're gonna smoke. But you got to do this every night. And that's just for when I go to the club. Fuck when I wake up. Fuck when I'm trapping. Fuck when this. That's doing the internet is the easy route for these niggas because these niggas don't know how to put in real work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why they attack the internet like that.
So now you just did all that. Now what would that have cost you to do that in 7 days?
No.
But
Ask
see-
him what have it. He
No,
did
no.
that. He's
Yeah, I used
Yeah,
to
no,
do
you
that.
done it.
motherfucker.
You done
He
it. But what
telling
I'm,
you he
asking, what
did
I'm
that
asking you is, you just said you got to buy outfits. You got to go out Monday,
But
Tuesday,
see, no, that's
Wednesday.
just the way they think though.
But I'm just saying, even if you was to do that, because I give that as an example, like just think for, like I tell the
That's
artist
what
right
Future
now,
would do.
like I tell the artist this right now. So just say you don't want to use Coalition DJs, you're gonna go and do your own street promotion, you're gonna go get your own shit popping on your own, which you can go and do. But if you go at nighttime, it's gonna cost you money. Just like you said, you got you pay to get in, you got 7, 8 niggas that's with you to pay to get in, you got to buy drinks, you got a few niggas. So by the time you add all that shit up, you do that shit in one night. Now, if you a real nigga who really out here balling, you spending 1,200, 1,500.
12,000,
You ain't even count what you done throw at a bitch in that dance. You ain't even count that.
Yeah, no, yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
2,000 easy.
So just say we do that 3 nights a week. That's 1,200 times 2. That what that's. It's like what, 3,600.
Yeah.
It's 3,600. I'm giving you a package for probably $2,000, $1,500 more than that, and we talking about for 2 months. We covering everything that you just went out there and did, and we making sure you do that. Why wouldn't that be a better investment for you than spending it the way you spending it?
Don't spend my money right there, that nigga fine. But it fine. But it fine, but it makes total sense though.
You see what I'm saying?
That makes total sense.
You about to spend more money capping than you is actually putting in any work. Now at the end of that check that you just spent capping and you made it look good to every nigga around you, you ain't accomplished a motherfucking thing.
Cause get what, next week, that shit don't even matter.
No, it don't.
You just went in the club, threw $5,000 on your birthday, played your song all motherfucking night, went crazy in that bitch, and
With your
next week
outfit
they ain't
on.
even playing that motherfucker no more.
Right. So
The only thing you gonna keep saying is, but I went crazy on my birthday. Like, niggas don't be understanding. I tell niggas, you got to have money because money is gonna make people work. Money make people work. You want a nigga to work, give him some
you
money.
make him accountable.
Yeah, you gotta make him
You can
accountable.
make a nigga accountable with the money. That's why we always say free costs too much.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Free costs too much.
Yeah,
Anytime I tell somebody it's free, I know it's about
Say it
to
one more
cost
time,
me.
bro. I'm dropping
Free
ball.
costs too much. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know if it's free, it's about to cost me something. It's gonna cost me some time. It's gonna cost me some sweat equity, and they ain't put in shit. But you know what the end of that gonna be? Their expectation. Their expectation is gonna be bigger than what I just gave you for free, and then you want me to be accountable for something that I gave you for free. How can I be? How can you hold your nuts on me for something I'm giving you for free? But niggas will actually hold their nuts on you for a free service. They can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's game right there, boy.
They do it every week.
Game right
They
there.
do it every week with
I'm
us.
coming on there. I'm coming on that week. Pick my day. Give me a day.
So-
Anytime, you welcome, man.
I'm coming on there.
Like Parlay family, man. Parlay been fucking with us from day one.
So think about it like this. When you look at artists, right? Just take your main artist right now. Every artist that you consider a star, what a record is being played at.
In the clubs?
But every indie artist that think they're a star is being played where?
On the internet.
You know what I'm saying?
So who the star?
Yeah.
If I can't hear you and I don't see you publicly, I can't acknowledge you as being a star. I'm gonna acknowledge you as a star when I hear it and I see it public. That's the only way I can acknowledge it. So if you ain't doing that, how can we put you in a star space if you ain't even trying to earn your star spot? The way you earn your star spot is you put yourself in a position where you can become a star. You get to know a funky. You in the club where your record can get played and you can get heard. That's what made Jeezy. That's what made Future. That's what made Migos. How do we stop using the system that we created?
Yeah, shit. How we got on same way.
I'll give you another story, man. While we talk about this type of stuff. So Snoop Dogg came to Strokers one time, right? Nigga came in the club. He was probably the last one to damn leave. He had such a good time. I'm playing all his stuff. He's like, nah, play me something else, bro. So I start playing, of course, our man, Future, at the time, going crazy. So the next day, I record a record with Future and him. And that record ended up being Homicide, to make a long story short. I did that.
In a hotel
In the
room.
hotel room
No studio.
on my laptop.
Damn.
That shit went platinum. Future gave me his platinum.
That big, dog.
Like that was, and then I ended up hooking up Shawty Red with him, and he did Sexual Seduction.
And that shit got Grammy nominated.
So
Those songs hard.
that's outside of Atlanta, just the West Coast connection.
So
So I started going to Cali, then I started the Funky OG shit with my boy Speedy. I started doing the weed 8 years ago, you know.
Funky OG.
So,
Yeah, y'all see this shit, man. Funky
so I
OG.
started fucking with the cannabis shit. I started getting the licenses and all that shit in California when they first was giving out the license. So I was DJing at the dispensaries, doing all this shit. X was flying out. You know what I'm saying? My boy Speedy was flying out. I mean, you know, Speedy was already there. My partner Speedy, he was flying a lot of niggas out, fucking with us. So I was giving Future weed. I was giving everybody weed. I was giving the whole industry the Funky OG, branding and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's another connection from the music.
Yeah, we're gonna do the smoke podcast. You gotta come on there. We're gonna talk about smoke. We're gonna talk about the Funky OG.
Smoke some of that shit. See what's
But you know the one misconception out of all the shit that we talked about is that
smoke
people
one of them motherfuckers.
people get it confused that, you know, everybody's paying for this shit. Everything is costing. It just costs. Everything costs this high ass dollar to actually come and fuck with us as DJs and as, you know, as Funky X. But most of the shit we do it out you know, from our heart. You know what I'm saying? Most of the shit we do, we don't even get compensated for it. Most of the stories we say and told you off and on, most of it we didn't get compensated for it. You know what I'm saying? Most of it.
No, but we did because not no.
Not
You
not
just
no-
talking about tangible.
not,
Yeah,
not,
we ain't
not
getting
a-
no money from,
yeah.
but the relationship, like
See, to
like
us, the
hooking up,
relationship is bigger. Mean more.
hooking up with Future, doing the Snoop and Future shit got me a record with my son. You know, the record with Future came from that shit.
And we got him signed to
The-
Epic.
Yeah, so the
was big,
Slice 9 record, all that came from relationship. Wasn't no money involved. I couldn't afford no Future verse.
So
So all that shit was relationship, me hooking them up with Snoop and all that kind of shit. So
You take good, Funky.
I know.
She got good taste on it.
Shout out to the world,
ain't
man.
gonna cap
Funky
you down.
OG, baby. And I got a smoke shop down in Fort Valley, man. Y'all come down there and support that. It's called the Fog Shop. Funky OG, Fog Shop.
Yeah, that's what I want to do next time. I want to come. I want to get y'all niggas separate. 'Cause, the reason I say that is because I want to know, and I want the people to know why y'all wired like y'all wired. Because everything comes from something, and I think your past plays a major part in your future. So when you saying stuff like, "I was doing this, I went to the record label, I started doing this," nigga, how do you know how to do that? A lot of time is you was getting taught this stuff subconsciously when you was younger, picking up on stuff, mama, daddy doing this, and I think that part is one of the most important parts to the people I talk to really start finding out how to process the things that they learning and how to use this shit. Because a lot of shit y'all saying, niggas be like, I learned the same way, but they don't know how to put the shit together like that. And what you did in your life might make somebody else get an idea like, you know what? I might ain't start no DJ crew, but I might start a computer crew.
Right.
We finna say everybody.
I think
You know
it's
what I'm
like
saying?
this, Parlay, man. You a workaholic, bro. You doing, like, you a street nigga doing a podcast. Come on, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I watch it because it's you. You know what I mean? A lot of shit I'd be watching like, man, I ain't watching this shit. But I sit and watch you. I watch Black. I watch a couple more podcasts because I watch X show because it's just, y'all giving out real energy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit just be negative ass energy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like about this podcast for one.
No, for sure. And I want to hear some more Kansas City stories. Like I want to hear like how it was up there, like the difference, like how do you have the balance going up there to hear, like, you see what I'm saying? Like I think things be like that important because there's a lot of people who stay this place, then move to this place, and they don't know how to necessarily, damn, how do I fit in? Like this shit be like real lifetime stories. For people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you got to think about it like this.
Relationships.
Like when I see it and I'm telling, and now I'm sitting, we talking about it and I'm looking back over the shit. A lot of it's just trial and error, man. You know, I probably had more failures than I had triumphs, and then I finally got the coalition and look at the success I had over the last 15 years. Now I call that a success.
No, that's definitely.
You get what I'm saying? But then when I look
16
at,
years.
Show that.
I say, okay, well, I produced from this time to this time, and then I can say I had TV shows, I had different things that I did during that time to try to, we all just be hustling. So, but you're going to finally catch something that's going to catch. And that thing that's going to catch is going to be the thing that you love. Like for me, I tell Funky this all the time, and I tell Street all the time, man, I love doing this shit. I love waking up. I take this, I get him this philosophy even on the team. I wake up every morning at 5, 6 in the morning, and I work coalition like it's my job. Because if I look at it like this, if I'm gonna get up and go and have this same mind frame to go get up and go to somebody else's job to fulfill their dream, why can't I do that for myself?
Fuck you talking about, nigga. That's how we gonna end that motherfucker right there. There we gonna end that motherfucker right there, buddy. That was hard. Man. Tell them where they can follow you, Funky.
Hey man, follow me at Funky OG.
KC Red, man.
Not Funky.
You got something on that ass. Man, look.
Funky, the fogshotlive.com, DJ Funky ATL. You know what I'm saying? The Funky OG shit, that's all a part of that company, man. So let's go.
Hey, tell me where they can follow you.
Yeah, man, you can follow me at DJ Big X ATL. You can also follow me on my podcast, The We Outside Show, which I'm inviting you on my show right now. You know what I'm saying? So we can get into that real conversation you want to get into. And you can also follow me and the organization at Coalition DJs ATL. And all you got to do is type in Coalition DJs, and 1 million Coalition DJs going to pop up.
Them motherfuckers gonna pop up. You can believe that. You can believe that. Man, appreciate for y'all stopping by, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. This was special for me. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be special for the city. City gonna watch this motherfucker and be like, damn.
Them old ass niggas still going.
and doing it good. And doing it great, man. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas. I gotta be at Strokers in a minute, so man, y'all come out.
Man, we still in the club, man.
We ain't been in Strokers like 19 years,
in.
so.
And them niggas be in the club late like goddamn young nigga too.
Yeah, man.
So they be in the club, so and these niggas be leaving 3, 4 in the morning. So these niggas move like young niggas.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And we know all the young niggas.
Nah, for sure that, man.
So a lot of the young niggas are nephews or homeboys, kids.
Definitely
niggas uncle, they uncle you too, nigga.
Now fault it. I ain't no goddamn me. I ain't dodging it. I'm double OG, triple OG. I done earned this shit.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying? I done earned this shit, man.
Digesting, man, is a beautiful thing to get older, bro. I promise you. Everybody, just think about all the guys we've seen over the years. Everybody don't get a chance to see these years. We getting to see them and living them. You know what I'm saying? You getting to live your best life right now at 40 years old because you understand life.
Nah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
You already know, man. This your boy Parlay live from the Partments. We're in the apartment with Parlay. Meet me in the Partments.